Good morning, everyone. My name is Amber. This is your Flow Foundations. May the 4th be with you today. So we are going to begin in our Vajrasana, our Thunderbolt pose. So everyone should have at least 2 blocks. We are going to begin as I'm seated here. So you may or may not need those 2 blocks. If you would like to use those blocks, just place them in between your heels. You can stack both of them on top or just one and settle your sits bones down into that block. Like I mentioned, you can sit in Thunderbolt pose without your blocks if you would like. Just know that we will spend some time here and you may experience some tingling or numbness through the legs. That's normal. You can always adjust by lifting your sits bones and taking your hands to your calves and wrapping them away so you can truly compress your sits bones down towards your heels. As we settle into this space, take your hands on top of your thighs. Give yourself a moment to physically arrive here. Invite a cleansing breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale to release. Close your mouth. Begin to breathe in and out of your nostrils. As you take a scan of your physical body from the tips of your toes to your fingertips and out through the crown of your head. Notice how you feel on a physical level this morning. Notice if there are any places in your body that are calling your attention or that need extra love today. And then begin to scan your body again from the crown of your head, the tips of your fingers down to your toes, and notice how you've arrived energetically. Notice if you're carrying that full moon energy with you. For some of us, you may find an extra kick in the butt, a lot more energy to give. For others, we may feel drained. And in this time, just notice how that energy shows up for you. As we settle in, we step away from judgment for how our practice may look or feel this morning. We step away from expectation for what we seek to gain out of this practice. Expectation for how you experience your practice. And lastly, let go of any ego. Let go of that competition. Be where you are. Meet yourself where you are. But always give yourself that opportunity for growth so as long as it coincides with your breath and your intention. As we cultivate that sense of peace, belonging, and wholeness here, we'll begin our practice this morning with our Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Blink open your eyes, flip your right palm to the sky. Draw your index and middle finger in towards your palm so you create this awkward shaka shake with your hands. Your pinky and your ring finger extend and your thumb extends as well. We'll alternate closing through our breaths, and with this Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, we balance the left and right hemispheres of our brain and of our body and of our nervous system. Take a full inhale through your nose. Exhale, use your thumb to close your right nostril and exhale out through the left side of your nostril. Inhale through your left side. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and exhale out through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril. Close your right nostril, exhale through the left. Inhale through your left nostril. Close, exhale through the right. Inhale through your right. Exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Close, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close, exhale through your left. Inhale through your left. Close, exhale through your right. Inhale through your right. Close, exhale through your left. And continue to move with this rhythm for the next 3 rounds. A round is equal to left and right side body. Try not to force the breath in or out. Take your time. There is no rush to complete this pranayama work. Remember, at the inhale, you close and exhale through the opposite side. The next time you inhale through your right nostril, hold your breath completely. Release your hand down to the lap, open your mouth, exhale. Sit with your eyes closed. Give yourself a moment to feel that energy that pranayama has created. Perhaps a buzzing in your face, a sense of lightheadedness in the brain, in the mind, in the scalp. Settle that energy and notice how you feel through your left and right side bodies. Notice if it created softness in your physical body and clarity in your mind. Bring your hands together at heart center. Press your thumbs into your sternum and take this opportunity with a soft body and a clear mind to set your intention. Find a reason for coming onto your mat today. Perhaps it's a dedication of your practice to yourself or to someone or to someplace. This is your sankalpa. We'll seal that intention in with a full breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, release it out into the universe. Hands come back down onto your lap. Sit up nice and tall. Begin to blink open your eyes as you find your seat. Take your hands, sweep them out and up. Reach for the sky, soft lift of your chin. Exhale, bring your hands home to heart center. Every time we bring our hands here to prayer, it's a reminder of that sankalpa. Interlace your fingers. Roll your fists around in one direction. Notice any pops or any movements through your wrists, and then begin to switch direction. We joint release through our wrists. So we'll spend some time on our hands today. Find stillness. Turn your palms inside out. Press your hands towards your reflection. Activate through your triceps. Squeeze all the muscles in your arms towards your bones. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, push, draw chin to chest, round through your spine, protract your shoulder blades. Triceps engage. Build heat in your upper arms. Take another full breath in and out. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your palms together. Release your hands. Cross your right hand over your left. So your right wrist over your left. Turn your palms in towards one another and interlace your fingers. As you interlace, draw your knuckles in towards your heart, up to the sky, and maybe forward to the front of your mat. Notice that stretch into your right wrist. Glue your palms together. Take another full breath in and out. Unravel your arms nice and slow. Release your fingers. Cross your left over your right now. Rotate your palms in towards one another. Interlace those fingers. Draw your knuckles in towards your heart, up to the sky, and towards the front of your mat now. Notice space in your left wrist. One more breath. Breathe in and out. Curl your knuckles back in towards your heart. Release your hands and begin to rotate through your wrists independently. Maybe even shake your fists out or pump through your hands. Draw some space as you joint release fully. Release your arms alongside your hips. Sweep your arms out and up. Breathe in. Take your right hand to the top of your back, left hand to elbow. Try not to bring your elbow to the back of your head. Inhale to lift up through your anterior spine. Exhale to draw your right hand down the back body. Bring space into your tricep and into your underarm. Take another full breath in and out. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to take a side bend stretch over to the left. Encourage big space in your right side body. Rotate your chest to the sky. Breathe into the spaces between your ribs. Inhale to come back to center. Extend your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus. Lift your heart. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Inhale, send your arms to the sky. Left hand comes to the top of your back. Right hand to elbow. Draw the left hand down your spine. Inhale to lift up. Create the space. Exhale into your side bend over to the right. Notice if your heart collapsed down to the floor. Lift your heart up to the sky. Full expansion through the sides of your waist. Inhale, come back to center. Separate your arms. Exhale, cactus your arms. Shoulder blades together. Release your hands behind and interlace your fingers any way that feels natural to you. Shrug your shoulders forward, back, and down. Retract your shoulder blades and send your knuckles to the floor. Open up through your heart. Breathe in between your collarbones and into your anterior deltoids. Last full breath, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Stack your shoulders, release your bind. Sweep your arms to sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's make our way onto our hands and knees. Take your blocks, frame them to the top of your mat. And as you make your way to all fours, bring your wrist creases parallel to the top of your mat. Before we find any movement, spread your fingers wide apart as you can get them. Your index or middle finger point towards the top of your mat. And then begin to grip your mat with your fingertips, the very tips of your fingers. This is what's called Hasta Bandha, an energy lock center. We want to encourage Hasta Bandha as well as our foot lock. So press the tops of your feet down into the floor. Glue your big toenail to the mat. Notice the energy in your feet that is contained there as well. Isometrically hug your forearms together and your inner thighs together and suction cup your belly button up and in towards the spine like you have a delicate tea set resting on the center of your back. Crown of your head reaches towards the front of the room. On your next inhalation, tilt your tailbone back and up. Pull your chest forward. Come into cow pose. Lift your chin. Exhale. Push through your hands, round your spine, chin to chest. Draw your floating ribs in together for cat. Inhale, come forward, cow pose. Retract your shoulder blades. Stretch through your abdomen. Exhale to push round your spine into cat. Last time guided. Inhale, come forward to cow pose. Exhale to push round away into your cat. Now begin to close your eyes and move with the rhythm of your own breath. You can continue to flow forward and back using your inhales and your exhales, or allow yourself to move with your intuition. Take circular motion with your torso, maybe even a figure eight motion. Perhaps tap into your wrists a little more. Rotate your fingertips to the edge of the mat or back towards your knees. This is your opportunity to connect with the rhythm of your breath. Your breath is your natural barometer throughout your practice, a place where you can tap into a message to your nervous system and your physical body to let you know when it's time to modify or even amplify a shape. Take another full round of breath in and out. On your next inhalation, come back to a neutral spine. Fingertips point forward. Bring your knees together. Extend your right leg to the back of the mat. Keep your toes to the floor. Begin to rock forward and back or take a circular motion as now you begin to tap into space into the back of your right calf and into the back of your knee. Lubricate through your wrists and shoulders. Find stillness. Shoulders over your wrists. Float your right foot off of the mat as high as your hip. Keep your right foot flexed. If you find that your hip opens to compensate, rotate your right pinky toe down and in towards the midline of your body. Bring your drishti, your focal point, in between your hands. Push into the mat. 90-degree bend into your right knee. Send your right heel to the sky. Lift through your heart. Lift your chin. Shift your gaze towards your reflection. Notice if your toes are pointing outward. Draw your toes straight back in line with your heel. You lift through your right adductor. Take an inhale. Exhale, squeeze your knee to your chest. Round your spine. Push into your hands to create that space. Inhale to kick your right leg to the sky. Sunbird. Lift your heart. Shoulder blades together. Exhale to squeeze it in. Push and round. Inhale to kick straight back up. Lift your heart. Last time. Exhale to squeeze it in. Make space. Cross your right leg over your left. Kick your heels away from your hips and send your hips to the back of your mat for a cross-legged child's pose. Notice the space in your outer hips now. No pressure to sink your hips any further until you feel sensation. That's the perfect shape and degree for you. Send your breath into your abductors, your outer hip muscles. Take another round of breath in and out. Inhale, come back to center. Draw your right knee into your chest. Extend your right leg straight back behind. Kickstand your left leg to the side of your mat towards the blocks and tense your right fingertips. You can stay here or lower the big toe side of your right foot down to the mat. Lift your elbow to the sky and send your right arm to the ceiling as you come into Vashisthasana, a side plank variation. Option to keep that right foot lifted. Press your right heel towards the back curtain and shift your gaze past your right fingertips. Strong into your right obliques. Can you lift out of your left side a smidge more? Begin to bend your right knee. Scorpion tail your right heel towards your bum. You can stay here or grab a hold of your right foot with your right hand. Optional bind. Draw your knee towards the back of the room and roll your shoulder back and down if you take the bind. Last full breath. Breathe in and out. Return back to your Vashisthasana, side plank. Right hand comes down, right knee comes down. Let's switch sides. Left leg extends behind. Rotate in one direction, maybe even in the other, or rock from side to side or forward and back. Notice how this side shows up for you. Primarily, if you kick a soccer ball with your right leg, this left calf will be a little bit tighter. So maybe you make that observance through your physical body. And next time your shoulders come over your wrists, pause there. Float your left leg as high as your hip. Flex through your foot, dial your left pinky toes down and towards the midline of your body to neutralize your hips. Place a 90-degree bend into your left knee. Draw your left heel to the sky. Shoulder blades together. Lift your chest, lift your chin into sunbird. Take a full breath in. Exhale, squeeze your knee to your chest. Push, round, and engage through your transverse abdominis. Inhale, kick your left leg straight back and up. Pull your heart forward. Exhale to squeeze it in. Make space. One more time. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, squeeze your knee in towards your chest. Cross your left leg over your right. Kick your heels away from your hips and send your hips towards the back of your mat. As your inner thighs squeeze in together, breathe into the outer right hip. Notice the space in your posterior spine in between each vertebra. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale, we rise back up. Squeeze your left knee into your chest. Extend your left leg to the back of the room. Tense your left fingertips. Kickstand your right leg towards that exit side now. Lift your left elbow to the sky and open up into your side plank. As an option, the big toe side of your left foot can land onto the mat to support this side plank. Hips and shoulders open towards the blocks. Energetically rise out of your right side body and take your drishti, your focal point, past your left fingertips, or if you need to ground, down towards the floor. Option to take a bind. Your left heel towards your bum. Left hand catches a hold of the top of the foot or ankle as you squeeze it in. Roll your left shoulder back and down, and perhaps even work into opposition as you kick your left foot into your hand to create that space in your chest. If you have that bind, gently release. Come back to Vashisthasana. Exhale down to all fours, hands and knees. Inhale, come forward to cow pose. Exhale to send your hips back towards your heels for Balasana, child's pose. You can come to this shape at any time during your practice with the opportunity to reconnect with your breath and your intention, maybe even find rest. This is a no judgment space. This can be the practice of yoga, finding that contentment, that santosha. With your arms out long, spread your fingers wide. Lift your wrists, lift your forearms and your elbows for extended child's pose. On your next inhale, lift up to all fours. Shift forward into modified plank and lower all the way down to your belly. Chin or forehead comes to the mat. Bring your arms out to a T position. With your chin or forehead to the mat, bend through your right knee. Hamstring curl your right heel towards your bum. Push through your right hand. Begin to lift your right knee and thigh as you tap just your right big toe behind. It may or may not touch the floor, but we don't focus on that connection. Just we focus on that big space on that right side body. Come back to center. Right foot comes down to meet your left. Hamstring curl left heel towards bum. Push through your left hand. Tap your left toes behind. If your toe finds the floor, it's just your big toe. Come back to center. Left foot comes down, bend through your right knee, switch sides. Reach your right toes towards your left fingers. Inhale, come back to center. Right foot comes down, lift through your left knee, left toes towards right fingers. Come back to center. Left leg comes down, bend through your right knee and switch sides. Reach to open. Come back to center. Right foot comes down, lift your left. Reach and open. Inhale, come back to center. Take one more round on your own. Work through your own mobility. Notice where you feel tight. Use your breath. As you come back to center, slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale to press up to your plank pose. Tuck your toes under and send your hips back and up for your first downward facing dog, your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your dog for a walk, alternate your heels to the mat, sway your hips from side to side. Nod your head yes and no. Connect with those hands again into your Hasta Bandha. Press your hands forward and down into your mat as if you were trying to rip it into two. In your downward facing dog, we prioritize creating length in your torso. So if your hamstrings are tight, bend your knees, reach those bony points of your bum back and up to the place in the room where the ceiling and the wall meet as you hollow out your belly and draw your floating ribs towards the tops of your thighs. Take another round of breath in and out. Find stillness in your dog. Soft bend into your knees. Inhale, ripple forward to modified plank or high plank. Feel free to lower your knees down to the mat and untuck your toes to modify. As you find your plank, protract your shoulder blades. Shift forward another inch or two. Exhale as you pull your heart forward, lower down halfway or a quarter. Inhale to push back up to your plank. Exhale to take it back to downward facing dog. So we redefine that chaturanga action. That chaturanga action is a foundation for all of our plank poses and any arm balances, be it side plank or maybe one day even a firefly pose. We'll take that again. Soft bend through your knees. Inhale, shift forward to your plank. Pull forward as you bend your elbows straight back, lower down a quarter of the way or halfway. Inhale to push back up to your plank. Nice. And exhale to take it back to downward facing dog. Last time, one breath, one movement. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale to push back up and exhale to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Bend through your knees. Look to your hands. Begin to tiptoe or step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Feet hip distance apart. As you come to the top of your mat and fold, slide your hands up to your shins. Press your hands into your shins and your shins into your hands. Lengthen the crown of your head forward and draw your shoulder blades together. Remember that T-set at the top of your back or in the middle of your back? Find that shape here. Hollow out your belly. Take another breath in into your Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, ragdoll. Fold over your thighs. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Sway side to side. A gentle bounce of your torso up and down if you'd like. Shift your weight into your heels and then forward into your toes. Your toes remain soft, but the ball mounds of your feet burden all of the weight here. So your ankles, knees, and hips can stack. Crown of your head is heavy. Bring your gaze past your knees or towards your belly button. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Release your hands down to the mat. Half lift to lengthen. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold over your thighs. Reverse your swan dive. Press through your feet. Grow tall. Sweep your arms to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center into mountain pose. Feet hip distance apart. Open up your palms towards the mirror and spread your fingers apart from one another. Every single yoga posture finds this posture within it. A neutralized position. Kneecaps lift into quadriceps. Crown of the head to the sky. Soft bend into your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Reach for the ceiling. Exhale with a long spine. Lead with your heart. Dive all the way down. Journey to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen your spine. Exhale to release over your thighs. Soft bend into your knees. Protect your lower back. Reverse your swan dive. Sweep your arms out and up. Root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms. Lift your gaze. Grow tall. Exhale, lead with your heart. Hinge at your hips. Forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Lengthen. Exhale to release. Reverse your swan dive. Inhale. Come to stand. Reach for the stars. Exhale, hands through heart center. Tadasana. Inhale, raise your arms. Lift your gaze. Exhale to dive all the way down. Forward fold. Half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands to your mat or to your blocks. Step your right foot back. Bring your knee to the floor. Untuck your right toes. So your right toenail presses down into the mat. Stack your left ankle underneath your left knee. If you need to widen your foundation, do so. Bring your blocks in line with your left heel. Push into your blocks and lift your heart to extend your spine. Focus on that space into your right psoas. As your right toenail anchors you into this space, your hips shift forward and down, but your left leg stays foundational. Feel your pelvic floor lift upward and the crown of your head grow a little taller. Last full breath, breathe in and out. Take your blocks highest height. Walk them in line with your hips now. We lift out of our lunge. Draw your shoulders over your hips. Create a gentle back bend. Push into the top of your right foot and soften your left toes. Maybe even lift them off the mat and spread them wide. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. Walk your blocks forward to frame your left foot. Shoulder blades together to prepare. Inhale. Exhale to half split. Straighten your left leg and peel your toes back towards your shin. Your blocks and hands slide underneath your shoulders. Remember cow pose. Tilt your tailbone back and away. Allow your belly to touch your thigh. Pull your chest forward. Maintain this spinal extension as you draw chin to shin or nose to toes. If you find yourself rounding your spine at any point, know that you're in spinal flexion, and we're in spinal flexion all day long. So use this opportunity to strengthen those back body muscles, find length so that you can invite space into the back of your left hamstring. Last breath, inhale. And exhale to deepen. Inhale, we rise back up. Bend through your left knee. Bring your blocks forward to frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your right knee off the mat. Fire up through your legs. Your feet fit hip distance apart and all 10 toes pointing in the same direction. Ground your right hand to your block. Lift your elbow to the sky. Rotate your chest towards the blocks and then your left fingertips to the ceiling. Stack your shoulders. Isometrically squeeze and scissor your hips in opposite direction. You're in a thoracic twist. Breathe from the base of your spine through the crown of your head. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down to your blocks. Slide your blocks off to the side. Step back to your plank pose and lift your hips to downward facing dog. Full breath in, long breath out. We take our first vinyasa together. Inhale, shift forward to your plank. Continue to come forward as you lower down a quarter of the way or halfway, maybe to your belly. Untuck your toes, press with the tops of the feet, lift up into spinal extension. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, create space there. Exhale, tuck your toes under, use your low belly, take it back and up to downward facing dog. Full breath in, long breath out. Big toes together, sweep your left leg high. Scorpion tail your left heel towards your right glute to open up your hips towards the door. Hug your left underarm towards your right big toe. Align your shoulders to the top of your mat as you open up through your hips. Inhale to extend your left leg long. Exhale, squeeze your knee to your nose. Use your core to gently step your left foot to the top of the mat, followed by the right. Come to forward fold at the top. Half lift to lengthen. Inhale and exhale to fold. Reverse your swan dive. Sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, dive all the way down, full exhalation to forward fold. Inhale, half lift to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back. Bring your knee to the floor. Untuck your toes, ground down through your left big toe. Inhale to rise, hands to your blocks. So we take it nice and low here. Find the highest height of your block so you can roll your shoulders back and down. Glue the top of your left foot into the floor so you shift your hips forward and down. Nice. And stack your right ankle underneath your right knee. Find space in your left hip flexor, your psoas. Your legs are as long as your psoas. It attaches from the back of your knee all the way into your T11. So you can imagine that your legs are this long. Imagine how much space you can create through this lunge. Relax your shoulders. Take another breath in and out. Walk those blocks now in line with your hips. Pull out of your lunge just an inch or two. Roll your shoulders together to expose your heart. Nice. Soften your right toes. Stay anchored through your left toes. Breathe into your collarbone. Breathe into your chest. Full inhalation, long exhalation. Walk your hands forward in line with your right foot. Lengthen your spine forward. Breathe in. Exhale to half split. Straighten your right leg. Peel your toes to the sky. Slide your blocks underneath your shoulders to create space. On your next inhale, peel your belly away from your thigh. Retract your shoulder blades, spinal extension. Exhale, chin to shin or nose to toes in this half split shape. Remember, you always have the permission to move your legs wider apart from one another to move into a fuller split from here. So as long as we're not sitting back onto our heel in a Jani Shirsasana B variation, you're exactly where you need to be. Every inhale is an opportunity to collect where you feel sticky and stuck. Your exhalation to melt that area, move deeper, whether that looks like your breath flowing easier or a physical change. Last breath, breathe in and out. Bend through your right knee. Walk your blocks forward to frame your right foot. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your left knee off the mat. Ground your left hand to your block. Lift just your right elbow to the sky to open up your chest to side curtain, and then take your right arm to the ceiling. Stack your shoulders. Scissor your hips. Hug your right hip back and your left hip forward. Nice. Expand into your chest. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Ground through your mat. Step back to plank pose. Lift your hips to downward facing dog. We'll take another vinyasa together. From down dog, inhale, shift forward to plank pose. Exhale to lower down a quarter of the way or halfway. And inhale to find spinal extension. The tops of your feet push into the floor to find that leverage. Exhale to take it back, downward facing dog. Full breath in, long breath out. Bring your big toes together. Sweep your right leg high. Scorpion tail your right heel towards your left glute. Notice in this three-legged down dog if you have space for your left heel to come closer to the earth. Hug your right underarm towards your left toes to allow your shoulders to even out. Extend your right leg long. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your knee to nose. Gently step your foot between your hands, followed by the left. Come into forward fold at the top of the mat. Half lift when you arrive. Exhale to release over your thighs. Reverse your swan dive. Sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center, mountain pose. At the top of your mat, bring your big toes together with about an inch or two between your heels. Bend your knees, sink your hips, circle sweep your biceps alongside your ears, Utkatasana chair pose. Send your weight to your heels. Lift and spread all 10 toes wide. Activate the arches of your feet. Come into that Padma Bandha, that foot lock. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Neutralize your hip. Tailbone comes down, belly button up and in. So imagine you had someone with a lightsaber like right in front of your belly. Draw it in, neutralize your hip girdle, shoulders stack over, floating ribs together. Relax your shoulders away from your ears and rotate your fingers, your pinkies in towards one another. Yeah, nice. Take another full breath in. Exhale to forward fold. Half lift to lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose as you exhale down to chaturanga, halfway or a quarter. Inhale, flip to the tops of your feet. Extend. Exhale to take it back, downward facing dog. Right leg sweeps high. Scorpion tail. Open up through your hip. Nice. Exhale, squeeze your knee to your nose. Step your foot between your hands. Your feet hip distance apart. So make sure you're not on a tightrope. Your feet are on two separate lanes of traffic. Drive through your right heel. Inhale to rise up, crescent lunge, shoulders over hips. So the wider the feet, the better. The more grounded, more foundation, more rooted you'll become. Stack your right knee over ankle. Lift your back heel high so you're in a high plantar flex. Yes. Now in this crescent lunge, isometrically hug your front heel and your back toes together to create a pelvic lift. Yes, nice. Take another breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to straighten your right leg. Lift up through your anterior chain. Exhale, hinge forward, pause halfway. In this halfway point, pour your weight into your right foot. Draw the crown of your head towards your reflection. So maybe just the tip of your left pinky toe is touching the floor. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, ride that long spine, that exhale all the way down into your pyramid pose. Hands down to blocks or mat. Blocks always provide the space here. The space for you to realign your hips and shoulders. Squeeze your right hip back. Draw your left hip forward. Yeah, nice, Griselda. Shoulders and hips neutralize. Come back to the attention in your spine. Shoulder blades together. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. Hands come down to your block. Soft bend into your knee. Plant your hands to the floor. Step back to plank pose. Yes, in your plank pose, lower down onto your forearms. Forearm plank. As you find your forearm plank, rotate your pubic bone towards your elbows. Protract your shoulder blades. Engage through your core. Take another full breath in. Exhale, knees come down to the floor, child's pose, just long enough for you to tap your forehead to the mat. Inhale, shift back up to all fours, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Big toes together, left leg sweeps high, scorpion tail, left heel towards right glute. Find that space. Extend your left leg long, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot gently between your hands. Find your foundation, feet hip distance apart. Drive through your left heel. Inhale to rise, crescent lunge, arms to sky. Press the back of your right hamstring to the space behind, and then find that energetic action of squeezing your left heel and right toes together. This creates that lift through the pelvic floor and strength into your right inner thigh. Relax your shoulders down. Take another inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to prepare. Lengthen your anterior chain. Straighten your left leg. Exhale to hinge forward. Pause halfway. In this halfway point is where we can redefine how the rest of our pyramid pose is going to feel for us. So reach the crown of your head forward like you have a golden thread from the base of your spine through the crown. Inhale. As you exhale with that extended spine, fold over your left leg, hands to your blocks if they're available. Lift your back heel high and scissor your hips. Lift both kneecaps into your quadriceps. So as you contract your quadricep muscles, we invite space in the hamstrings, the back of the knee, or maybe even into the calf. Draw your right hip forward, squeeze your left hip back, and shoulder blades squeeze in towards one another. Drishti towards the top of your mat. Take another breath in and out. Bend through your left knee. Plant your hands down to the floor. Step back to plank pose. From your plank, lower onto your forearms, forearm plank. In your forearm plank, push and karate chop the earth with those forearms. Take another full breath in and a long breath out. Bring your knees down to the floor. Send it back to child's pose, long enough for you to tap your forehead. Inhale to rise back up. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Full breath in, long breath out. Bend through your knees, look to your hands. Tiptoe, step, or hop to the top. Think light thoughts right into your half lift. Exhale to fold. Reverse your swan dive. Sweep your arms out and up. Grow tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Nice. At the top, bend your knees, sink your hips. Utkatasana. Biceps alongside your ears. Exhale to sweep your arms back. Hover your chest over your toes. Bring your shoulder blades together. Shift your weight to your right foot. Step your left foot back. Arrow lunge. So your chest is still over your toes. Straight line of energy from your left heel out through the crown of your head as your pinkies reach back for one another. On your next inhalation, rise up, shoulders over hips. Exhale, left heel comes down, open up to warrior two. Virabhadrasana B. So your front heel to back heel alignment or front heel to back arch alignment. This is the only tightrope type foundation that you'll find here, but in a sense that you press your feet apart from one another. Hips and shoulders open towards the door. Stack your right knee over ankle, so widen your front foot forward, yes. And then glue the outer edges of both feet firmly into the floor. Lift your pelvic floor up and towards your body and take that belly button back and in. This is how we redefine that transverse abdominis and build heat within our tapas. Broaden through your chest. Griselda, relax your shoulders. Gaze past your right fingertips. Come forward. Inhale. Flip your right palm. Reach it to the sky. Left hand to your thigh or around your lower back. Nothing changes in the lower half of your body. Breathe into your right lung. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale, Parsvakonasana, side angle. Right elbow to thigh, left hand to sky, or around your lower back for half bind. If you would like to take this a little further, your right hand can come down to your block, or maybe just hover your right hand over your mat. Regardless of the side angle you're in, we're in a spinal twist. Rotate your heart to the sky. Deep bend into your right knee, full extension into your back leg. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise back up to warrior two. Straighten your right leg. Reach long through your right side body. Once you can't reach any more, pause. Notice the length that you've created on your right side body. We're not collapsing into that. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate just your right hand down to shin block or mat. Left arm to sky or to hip. Lift your kneecaps upward. So if we hyperextend our legs, we create that bone-to-bone action, which later on will translate into a little bit of arthritis. And we all want to avoid that, right? So strengthen the muscles and the ligaments surrounding your ankles and your knees. Gaze past your left fingertips or to the floor. Take another breath in. Exhale to sweep your left hand down to the floor. Rotate all 10 toes towards the door for Prasarita Pada Uttanasana. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift to lengthen. Pour your weight forward. Exhale, lengthen your spine all the way down. Try to create space in between each vertebra. I like to envision my bursa here breathing, right? They're taking all the load off. Crown of your head is heavy. Look to the space behind you or towards your belly button. Take any movements. You can rock from side to side if you'd like. Last round of breath. Breathe in and out. Hands come down to the mat. Walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Rotate all 10 toes towards that back curtain. Heel toe your left foot all the way to the edge, so your hands are to the inside. Right knee comes down to the floor. Lizard lunge, the top of your right foot to the mat. Inhale to pull your heart forward. And as you exhale, bow down to the inside of your leg. Your hands can find your blocks if you would like, but your feet are wide. So bring those hands to the inside of your left. Yeah, heel toe your left foot away. And now if you'd like, lift your left toes and rotate them at a 45-degree angle. Allow your left knee to fall away from your shoulder. Or even roll onto the pinky side of your left foot and expose the sole of your left foot to allow that knee to fall away. We play into the space of our acetabulum. That's where your femur and your hip joint meet. You can rock from side to side. Take what you need here. Bring your hands down to your blocks or to your mat. Take your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Rotate your heart to the side curtain. You can stay or hamstring curl your right heel towards your bum. Strengthen through that hamstring, flex your right foot. This is option B. Option C, backstroke your left hand. Reach for the outside of your right foot. Hug your heel in or work in opposition. Kick your foot into your hand and roll your left shoulder back and down. Find your space. Breathe in and out. If you have the bind, gently release. Bring both hands down to the floor. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your right knee. Heel to your left foot halfway back and point your toes towards the side curtain. With your right foot, roll onto the pinky edge side of your foot so you're on the knife edge. Tent your left fingertips and reach your left arm to the sky. Stack your shoulders. Horizon lunge. Take another breath in. Exhale, bring your outer right hip down to the floor. Rotate to the front of the room. Uncross your legs, bring your left knee to your belly and open up your left knee. Sole of your left foot to the inside of right thigh. So you may be off the center of your mat. That's exactly where we need to be. Inhale, raise your arms. Rotate your chest to your toes. Exhale to fold over your right leg. So you heard me talk about opposition in this practice, and the same thing happens here. The sole of your left foot presses into your right inner thigh, and your right inner thigh presses into your left foot. We strengthen through the posterior chain as we open up as well. One more big breath in and out. On your next inhalation, rise all the way up. Sweep your arms to the sky. Take your left hand to the back of the mat. Bring your right arm to the ceiling. As if someone was trying to pull you up, push through the outer edge of your left ankle and your right heel. Lift your hips. Keep that right leg extended nice and long. Take your right arm, reach up and back towards the back of the room. Rotate your heart to the sky. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, we lower back down. Draw your left knee back up. Rotate to the back of your mat. Find plank pose. Lift your hips to downward facing dog. Soft bend into your knees. Look to your hands. Begin to tiptoe or step to your hands. Inhale, half lift to lengthen. Exhale to release over your thighs. Inhale to reverse your swan dive. Sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center, mountain pose. Big toes together. Inhale, bend your knees, sink your hips, Utkatasana chair. Weight is in your heels, hug your shins back. Lift your chest. Tailbone down, pubic bone towards your chest. Nice. Inhale. Exhale to half chair. Sweep your arms back, hover your chest over your toes. Bring your torso parallel to the ceiling. Shift your weight to your left foot. Step your right foot back. Take your time. Feet hip distance apart. Stay in your arrow lunge for another breath. Reach your pinkies towards one another. Inhale, we rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, right heel comes down. Open hips and shoulders towards the door for warrior two. The outer edge of your right foot is now parallel to the back edge of your mat. Front heel to back heel alignment or front heel to back arch. Over time, you may find comfort in widening the legs. So as long as your left knee doesn't bypass your toes, you're in that joint stack area, that perfect foundation into your warrior two to eventually deepen. Can you broaden the space in your collarbone? Hollow out your belly, suction cup up and in. Lift the arches of your feet in towards the midline of your body. Come forward through your left side. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Left arm to sky, right hand to thigh or around your lower back. Bend your left knee deep. Your quadricep may be screaming at you here. Reach up and back from your left hip crease to your left fingertips. Inhale, we rise back up to warrior two. Exhale, side angle, left elbow to thigh, right arm to sky. You know your options. Take what you need. So rotate your toes towards me. Yeah, and then come forward with your knee. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. So your hand can find the inside of your foot. Yeah. How does that feel? Okay? Perfect. Rotate your heart to sky. Glue your back foot into the mat. That's where all of the power comes from in this pose. Remember, you have half a full bind if you'd like. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we come to rise, warrior two. Straighten both legs. Come long through your left side. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down to shin blocker mat, right arm to sky for Trikonasana triangle pose. Kneecaps lift. Toes soft. Roll your right shoulder back and down and press your hips out in front. We create many different triangle shapes in this triangle, right? Triangles from our legs. Triangle from your left arm to your left leg. Triangle as a whole, right? How much space and how many shapes can you create here? Contract through your right side body. Lengthen your left side. One more breath. Breathe in. Exhale, sweep your right hand down. Rotate your toes towards the door. Wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Rock your weight forward. Exhale, lengthen your spine all the way down. Those bony sits points reach back and up to the place in the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. Find that anterior tilt of your hips. Bring your drishti straight behind or towards your belly button. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. Hands come down underneath your shoulders. Walk your hands towards the front of the room. Rotate all 10 toes for lizard lunge. Heel toe your left foot off to the edge. So your hands are inside of, your right foot off to the edge and your hands are on the inside. Left knee touches down. You can use your blocks here. Pull your heart up. Inhale for your lizard lunge. Maybe roll onto the pinky edge side or peel your toes away as you work into that space. I like to take a rock from side to side here just to sort of feel out my hips. In any yoga posture, you don't need to find stillness. Work within your energy to create space. Last breath, inhale and exhale. You can stay where you are or begin to take your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Push into your hand, rotate your heart towards that side curtain. You can stay or hamstring curl your left heel towards bum. It's helpful that if you find that your kneecap is slipping and it's uncomfortable, stretch your left leg all the way back to come onto the top of your knee and then hamstring curl. Option then to take your right hand, bind to the outside of your left foot or ankle. Work in opposition. You can hug in for a quadricep stretch or kick back, roll your right shoulder back and down. Nice and strong, breathe in. Exhale to release your bind. Hands come to the mat. Tuck your back toes under, lift your left knee. Heel toe your right foot halfway back and rotate your right toes towards the exit sign. Roll onto the pinky side of your left foot. Tent your right fingertips or send your right arm to the sky for horizon lunge. Strong into your left arm. Create lift. Yeah. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, lower your left hip down. Rotate to the back of the room. Bring your right knee into your chest. Right foot to the inside of left thigh. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Inhale to raise your arms and exhale to fold over left leg. Energetically draw your left pinky toe towards your right shoulder. And work in opposition again. Push your right foot into your left thigh and your left thigh into your right foot. Engage through your abductors. Last breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale, come to rise. Raise your arms to the sky. Right hand comes behind, fingertips point towards the mirror, left arm to the sky. So as if someone was pulling you up, push through your ankle and your left heel, lift your hips. Keep that left leg nice and long. Rotate your chest to the sky. Left arm reaches up and back. Full extension through your left side. Big heart opener. Exhale to lower your hips down to the floor. Bring your right knee to the sky and roll to the left to find your plank pose. You can take vinyasa here, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Wherever you choose to be, find your movement. We'll meet in child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Nice. As you find your child's pose, notice your heartbeat. Notice where your breath is trapped. Expand that breath again from your belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Reach your arms out long. Inhale, shift forward to your belly. And as you come onto your belly, flip like a pancake onto your back. Recenter yourself to your mat and squeeze your knees in. Give yourself some love. Take your hands on top of your kneecaps and roll your knees a couple times in one direction to give your lumbar spine a nice massage. We've done a lot of heart opening, expansion through the chest, retraction through our back body. Soles of your feet come down to the mat. Squeeze your right knee to your chest. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for supine pigeon pose. Gently press your right knee away to invite space through that hip crease, or thread your arms around your left thigh and squeeze your left thigh into belly. Flex through your feet. So anytime we find floppy hands or floppy feet, that's us allowing our energy to leave the body, right? We just don't give free money or our energy to anyone, right? We're very careful about who we give to. So here, when we practice those bandhas, you retain that energy for yourself, practicing brahmacharya, the right use of your energy. Last breath, breathe in and out. Left foot comes down to the floor. Keep your legs in this figure 4 position. Arms come out to a capital T or cactus. With your legs in your figure 4, take a full breath in. Exhale to release your knees over to the right for a twist. If the pressure of the right ankle to the outside of your left knee is too much, you can always slide the foot away. Ground your left knee down and away from your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Uncross your legs. Take any movements you need to, windshield wipe left to right, or a brief butterfly pose. And when you are ready, let's find supine pigeon pose, second side. Squeeze your left knee in and cross your left ankle over right thigh. Flex through your feet. Energetically protect yourself here. Make your intention known with your nervous system by coming back into that Ujjayi breath. Last breath, breathe in and out. Right foot comes down to the floor. Legs stay in your figure four. Arms come out to a capital T or cactus. Take a breath in to prepare for your twist. Exhale to release your knees over to the left. Option to shift your gaze to the right. Inhale to come back to center. Both feet to the earth. Take what you need, a windshield wipe of your legs left to right, butterfly pose, or the opposite of butterfly, feet wide, knees knock in. This is your opportunity now to come into any last minute postures or transitions that you personally need to complete your practice. Happy baby, legs up the wall, a bridge, or another round of twists. If you do come into any bilateral shapes, I will let you know when it is time to switch sides. A beautiful place to land here is butterfly. If nothing comes to mind, feet together, knees open wide. If you are in any bilateral shapes, please begin to switch sides. And as you are ready, come onto your back body. Draw your heels towards the corners of your mat. Take your arms anywhere. Take up as much or as little space as you'd like. Invite a full breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Soften your eyelids, your fingers, and your toes. We've arrived into our last and final, our most important and most difficult pose of the day. Your body is constantly asking for adjustments and attention. But now in the last 60 minutes, you've already given your body everything that it needs so that you can drop into your stillness. Unclench your jaw, release your tongue from the roof of the mouth, and take this opportunity to transcend your physical body and enjoy the peace that you've created. At any time, if your body begins to call your attention, acknowledge it with a breath and return back to your peace. And drop in even further. Feel gravity pull you in like a nice hug. As you draw your attention back into the space, begin to envision the four walls. Envision the energy you've created, your aura. Begin to draw your attention closer as you observe the rhythm of your heartbeat, your life force, the electricity within you. With each heartbeat, imagine a golden warm light begins to expand from your heart center up into your shoulders, down your arms, into your fingers, through your hips, your legs, and out through your toes. The warmth creeps up your neck, draws warmth into your cheeks and your forehead. As you draw your next breath in, expand your belly, your ribs, and your chest. As you exhale, soften completely as you send this prana down into your arms and legs. Gently brush each fingertip to thumb. Wiggle through your toes. Spread your fingers wide as you rotate through your wrists and your ankles. Invite larger, mindful movements back into this space. Perhaps extend your arms up above head and point your toes towards the back curtain. Give yourself a nice squeeze, a good morning stretch, followed by your knees in towards your belly as you roll onto the side body of your choice. Take a moment here with your head inside your bicep to find gratitude. Gratitude for your body's capabilities this morning. Gratitude for the opportunity to unroll your mat and connect body, breath, mind, and spirit. As this gratitude fills your heart center, keep your eyes closed as you gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the front of the room. In your seat, bring your hands together at heart center, a reminder of your sankalpa, your intention. We'll seal this practice this morning with one universal sound of Om, the vibration of creation and destruction, the vibration that binds you, me, and your neighbors, the cosmics and the earth below us together. With this Om vibration, you refill your cup and bring yourself back to wholeness. You're welcome to participate or allow this vibration to wash over you. Take a breath in for Om. Om. I thank each and every one of you for allowing me to guide you through your practice this morning. May you be happy, may you be safe, may you be abundant in wealth and health, and may the force be with you. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. If you've borrowed a mat from us, if you could please place it on the railing outside, and with your props on the floor in front of the blocks will be great so I can give them a bath. If you have any questions, I'll meet you out in the lobby. I will turn on a little bit of light so you can see. Other than that, please take your time coming out of this space. Okay.
I mean, no.
Oh.
Sorry, close.
Okay. Okay.
Hot 26 at 4.
Okay.